Welcome into the Central Iowa Sports Network of our Week 2 CISN football pregame show. I am Blake Walker. We got a packed episode tonight before your Football Friday gets going. We're going to take a look at last week's highlights of our 3 broadcasts. We're going to take a look at the new top 10 rankings, and we're going to go and talk to all the coaches of the teams that are broadcasted tonight on CISN. All that and much more coming up here on the Central Iowa Sports Network CISN football pregame show, brought to you by Iowa Corn. Number 2 Dowling Catholic taking on number 3 Southeast Polk. How about on the very first play from scrimmage offensively for Southeast Polk? This is Abu Sama, 72 yards on the first play from scrimmage. Sama takes it to the house and scores. Southeast Polk's up 7-0 over Dowling. This is another one. Smolik to Cooper Nicholson in the corner of the end zone. A nice 14-yard touchdown throw to tie it up 7-7. This one, very nice to watch. This is Abu Sama. Watch the play here on the left end. Boom, a nice quick juke move to the outside. Sama scores. It was second of his 4 touchdowns on the evening. Another big play by Dowling Catholic. This is C.J. Phillip. A nice 14-yard rush right up the middle, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling right up the middle. Nice run for Dowling Catholic. Connor Moberly, another one that Southeast Polk had to keep an eye on. 17-yard throw by Moberly, back to the other side to Sam Good. Nice throw, nice catch. Southeast Polk takes a lead going into the locker room. And then it was again Abu Sama in the third quarter. Runs into traffic but fights his way out of it, and he is gone. Southeast Polk defeats Dowling Catholic for the third straight time, 38-24. The Rams move to 1-0 on the season. Picking up here in the second quarter, Ankeny Centennial at Indianola. Drew Kingery catches it over the middle, gets laid out over the middle by Joe Talmadge, and then it's intercepted by Hudson Simon. An absolutely unbelievable hit. Simon makes the big opportunity. We move on to a little bit further in the game. This is Bruick. Goes right back to Kingery. He got nailed, and just a couple plays later, he's scoring a touchdown. Drew Kingery, 32-yard reception for the touchdown, gives Indianola the lead. And then it was Bruick and Kingery again. Another short pass. This one a little controversial. Kingery catches it, then drops it, but the ref calls it a touchdown because Kingery caught it, planted both feet, then the ball came out. I don't know, you make the call, but Indianola extends. 26-7, Centennial trying to salvage a game here. This is Trenton Smith, 24-yard touchdown pass to Chase Shuddy. Goes up and gets it. Moss is his man, but it's not enough. Indianola holds off a rally, 26-20. They defeat Centennial. West Des Moines Valley made it to the Dome last year, trying to repeat success this year. This was a double overtime thriller last year. This year, not quite that, but still a good one. Here's Brady Grisham, a 19-yard touchdown run, dives for the goal line and scores. Grisham had over 70 yards rushing on the ground. Good celebration there by Waukee Northwest to start their season. Michael Provenza tries to go to Bryce Anderson. He juggles it, and it's caught by Aiden Price for a touchdown. You'll take it if you're Valley in a game like this one. Another great play by the Tigers. How about Provenza again? This is an option keeper from the 3-yard line. No reason to pitch. He keeps it himself and scores into the end zone. Provenza had a pretty solid night for the Tigers to take a 14-7 lead. And then closing it, Valley's defense was the one that stepped up big at the end of this one. Hutchinson with a strip sack just 2 plays after he muffed a punt earlier. It was one of 5 turnovers on Waukee Northwest on the evening. Valley wins 17-7. They move to 1-0 on the season. And those were all the highlights from our 3 CISN broadcasts from Week 1. We'll take a quick break, and we will be back for much more, including a couple coach interviews. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network on the CISN Football Pregame Show Week 2, brought to you by Iowa Corn.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Iowa Sports Network CISN Football Pregame Show, Week 2 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. We got a couple coach interviews coming up from tonight's games. I talked to Coach Brad Zelenovich, and Dar Danielson sat down with Coach Gary Swenson of Valley to talk about tonight's game and much, much more. Here are those interviews right now. We're here with Coach Zelenovich with Southeast Polk. Coach, first, congratulations on the win last week. Let's talk about that. That's 3 straight wins over Dowling. That's a huge feat, especially for how good Dowling's been the last couple of years. Talk about what you guys can take away from that game and what surprised you the most from your offense and your defense overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you go into the opener, trying to create an identity and who we are and trying to figure some things out and, had some new faces playing some key roles for us. So, as a coach, you never know or feel like you're quite ready. There's always things to do and things to cover. But, to go on the road and beat a really good team, at their place is obviously, better than the alternative. So I thought we did some things well. Obviously, looking at the film over the weekend, we've got a lot of things that, we need to clean up, some turnovers, some short fields, some substitution things on our special teams. And then I don't know how well we tackled, gave up some big plays, but all in all, proud of the way we responded to some adversity, kind of went back and forth there in the first half and they took the lead, with about 2 minutes to go. And then we answered with a big drive right before half. And I think that kind of, gave us a little bit of momentum going in the locker room and then, kind of had our way there a little bit for the third and the, first part of the fourth quarter. So yeah, it was a great win for us. Obviously, looking for improvement as we enter week 2. But looking forward to another opportunity this week.
Touch on your backfield. Moberly and Sama were pretty much unstoppable. Sama obviously had a huge week, but talk about Moberly and, stepping into this quarterback role and how he handled week 1.
Yeah, no, I thought, he admittedly so after the game, had some nerves, first ever varsity start in a great environment, kind of had that look in his eye a little bit. But, once he got settled in and gotten in a rhythm, I thought he did some great things, extended some plays with his feet, getting outside of the pocket, got the ball out on time there and, gave it to our guys and let them go make plays. So all in all, minus the 1 turnover, which he knows he's got to clean up. I thought he commanded the game well. I thought our guys responded to him well. And, as the game went on, I think he got better and better. And so you can't, there's no substitute for experience. So, we felt like and feel like he's going to be a really good player. And, he got his feet wet a little bit last Friday and heading back to the same venue this week. And, hopefully he will continue to improve.
You guys play Valley now in that venue. Valley gets the win over Waukee Northwest 17-7. Talk about what you kind of see about them on film. They obviously aren't the same team as they were last year, lost a lot from last year's team, but you handled them last year. What's the outlook going toward this week based on what you saw on film in week 1?
Well, I think they would admit that they had some mistakes too, with some turnovers and kind of the first game stuff that everybody goes through, right? I mean, it's really hard to simulate the speed of a 5A game within a practice setting. So they're extremely talented. I mean, West Des Moines Valley is the standard in terms of 5A programs, and Coach Swenson and the job that he has done, tremendous. Good athletes, the running back's a big, strong kid, quarterback's a good athlete, a dual threat type of guy. And then they got, some elite speed on the perimeter with the Price kid and the Hutchison kid. Both can hurt you, in the vertical passing game. They're obviously always well coached and physical, similar style to what, we're trying to do here. And, defensively, they're always sound, they're in the right spot. They run really well, and they're good tackling. So, it's tough. They're a good football team. We'll have our hands full, looking forward to, getting off to a good start, and answering, the bell, so to speak, in terms of the excitement of them coming back home off a big win on the road themselves. And it'll be a definite challenge for our guys.
What's the message to your team? You guys, obviously, you're state champions, defending state champions. You have that target on your back. What's the message that you send to your team this week, especially after a big win like last week?
Yeah, it's last year's last year. I know that was special for those guys, but like you said earlier, like we talked about, it's a completely different football team with new faces and in some key roles. So, hopefully, we continue to improve just like every other program and every other head coach. The week 1 to week 2 improvement is huge. Cleaning up the mistakes, the penalties, the turnovers, the substitution things, the things that we can control. That's been, the message this week, controlling what we can control, worrying about, ourselves, being detail oriented, taking care of the football, being physical on both sides of the ball, and then go see what happens. But, Valley poses a challenge for our guys. Our guys know that, there hasn't been any type of complacency set in. They're excited for another opportunity, and we'll have a definite challenge with those guys.
Coach, we wish you the best of luck against Valley, and thanks for chatting with us today.
Yep, thanks.
All right, joining us is Valley head coach Gary Swenson, and let's first talk about the season opener. You guys get the win there. How would you grade it? What'd you like? What didn't you like about that game?
Well, obviously, the thing I liked the most was the fact that we were able to come back and win the football game. We trailed for a good part of that game, deservedly so. We put the ball on the ground a few times. I guess the thing that helped us, Northwest was doing the same thing. They really got us back in the game, fumbled to us a couple times in scoring position. We took advantage. I think we turned a couple turnovers into 10 points, a field goal and a touchdown. We weren't able to capitalize on one of them, but it was a sloppy game, which you don't like, but you kind of understand at times when it's the first week. And if you can win through mistakes they're a good team. I would say that them and us are very comparable when it comes to the amount of talent we have on our rosters and the production that we both probably can expect from our athletes. So hopefully, I think both of us hope to be playoff teams and have winning seasons, but we're going to have to play better, obviously, than we did on Friday.
So how have the corrections and things you've done this week, how's that gone?
Well, we had to turn our thoughts to a pretty good team for this week right away. I mean, we come in on Sundays and evaluate the film with players, and then we do a walkthrough, do some light conditioning, and by the time we got to Monday, we had moved on from that Waukee Northwest game and we're focusing totally on Southeast Polk. Some of the issues that we had in the Northwest game weren't specific to Waukee Northwest. They were just general sloppy mistakes that you will get at times early in the season. So correcting those things is an ongoing process, and we're still at it.
Well, speaking of Southeast Polk, you look at Abu Sama, he's got to be one of the big keys there because he seems to be, saw in the very first play, he broke out of there, and containing him has got to be one of the big keys defensively anyway, isn't it?
Without question. I mean, he's one of the most, probably not one of the most, I would say he's the most dynamic athlete in the state when you look at what he has done as a track athlete and then now as a football athlete. I mean, I'm not sure if he wanted to focus on track alone, he wouldn't be in the Olympics at some point. He's that good as a long jumper. And then as a football player, that performance he put on against a very good Dowling team was more than impressive. He's just really good. Their roster is really just chock full of some outstanding high school football players. And then you got a couple guys like Sama and Proctor who you could put them on any high school roster in the country and they would be stars. I mean, obviously by their recruitment and all the offers and everything, they're just really good. And they're not the only two good players on that football team. They've got a lot of them.
So is the key to keeping close, not letting them get too far out?
Well, that would be great. You know, the last 2 years, we were out of the game before the first quarter was done. We were down 2 touchdowns last year, 5 minutes into the game, and we never recovered. Now, I would attribute that to the eventual state champions just handled us. And then 2 years ago, when they were in the finals but didn't win, it was a similar type start for us. That one we kind of did ourselves in with mistakes, but good teams will force you into those mistakes. And we're just going to do our best, stay in the game, and get off to a fast start if we can. But let's face it, they're a good football team.
All righty, Coach. Well, we appreciate you joining us. Know it's busy preparing here, and good luck to you here against Southeast Polk on Friday night.
Thank you very much, Dar.
That's Coach Gary Swenson of Valley High School.
As always, we want to thank all the coaches for sitting down and talking to us, and we wish them all luck, best of luck, on their games in week number 2. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for final thoughts before we toss it down to the big game. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network and the CISN Football pregame show for week 2, brought to you by Iowa Corn.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
We are.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Protectors and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy.
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza. Begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network here on the CISN Football Pregame Show for Week 2, presented by Iowa Corn. I'm your host, Blake Walker. Let's take a look at the top 10 rankings in Class 5A, shall we? Southeast Polk at the number 1 position after beating Dowling Catholic 38-24. As you can see, Abu Sama on the picture to the right. He was the main reason the Rams come away with the victory. They are the new number 1 team in the state. Ankeny drops to number 2. Beat Waukee, but we're trailing at halftime. A rough start for the Hawks. We're able to recover. They dropped to number 2 in the ranking. Valley, the Spartans, number 3, looked very dominant in Week 1. They return a lot from last season. In that wing T offense, they're going to be tough to beat, and they're a tough running game. Dowling Catholic drops to number 4 in the rankings. Urbandale is number 5. Valley, number 6 after their win against Waukee Northwest. They play number 1 Southeast Polk this week. Cedar Falls with a big win over Johnston. They sit 7th. Cedar Rapids Kennedy in 8th after their Week 1 victory on a Thursday night. Linn-Mar, number 9, looking pretty good. And then on the eastern side of Iowa, or on the western side of Iowa, Sioux City East cracks into our top 10 ranking here in Class 5A. So there's a look at the polls. Moving on next, we're going to jump over to our top games to watch this week. 8 games we want to take a look at here on the Central Iowa Sports Network pregame show. First one being Ames and Fort Dodge. Ames looked pretty good last week against Marshalltown, led by quarterback Dallas Sauser. Dallas had one of the top passing performances in Class 5A. He leads Class 5A in passing. They take on a tough Fort Dodge squad. Should be a good matchup. Johnston takes on Urbandale. The Jayhawks look to move to 2-0 on the season. Johnston trying to rally after a loss to Cedar Falls last week. The big one, Southeast Polk takes on Valley. Southeast Polk won last year's game 40-21. Valley looked a little rocky in Week 1. We'll see if Southeast Polk can continue the running game with Abu Sama. A big game every single time they play. Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial. That is going to be a fun one to watch. Centennial won last year's matchup in an upset. Ankeny struggled against Waukee. They'll look to come back strong. Ankeny Centennial fell to Indianola Week 1. Obviously, it's a home-and-home game at Ankeny Stadium. Should be a good one. Anytime Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial play, no matter what sport, it doesn't matter how good each team is, it will always be competitive. A sneaky good game over on the eastern side of Iowa. Linn-Mar takes on Iowa City Liberty. The Bolts last week got an upset win in Kinnick Stadium over Iowa City High, who was one of the top 5 teams going into the first week. They've dropped out of the top 10 ever since then. Iowa City Liberty looks to keep the momentum rolling. They are a Class 4A team, but Linn-Mar could be a big Class 5A victory going forward. Still be a big victory overall for Linn-Mar if they can get it done. Cedar Rapids Kennedy, number 8 in Class 5A, takes on Bettendorf. Bettendorf fell last week to Urbandale, but the Bulldogs are always going to be a tough out. Should be a good game there on the eastern side of Iowa. A game that a lot of people loved last year, Roosevelt versus Waukee. Waukee wants revenge. Roosevelt broke that long losing streak for Des Moines Public Schools against power schools, bigger schools here in the state of Iowa, here in the metro. Roosevelt and Waukee. Roosevelt with a win last week against Des Moines East. Waukee with a loss to Ankeny. The Rough Riders look to get a win and move to 2-0 on the season. And then Waukee Northwest versus Dallas.
Good evening and welcome to Valley Stadium as we get ready tonight for Class 5A football here on CISN. It'll be number 1 or number 2 or Southeast Polk, depending on how you look at it. And Valley rated number 5 or number 6. Dar Danielson here alongside Joe Danielson. Both teams, Joe, got their first game out of the way. They got to make some adjustments. One thing they also get in preparing is looking at the film or the video of the other team in preparing for this game tonight.
Yep, and it's a big early season matchup. Both teams top 5, both won their first game, and they're looking up for a tough test for both of them here.
Somebody that stood out, of course, is Abu Sama, the senior back for Southeast Polk. He scored on their very first offensive play in that game against Dowling. They also have big Caden Proctor, the tackle, who's on his way
He'll play in college at Iowa. But also, Valley's got some outstanding players. At this level, they always do. All the teams have good players. I think, talking with Coach Gary Swenson, it may come down to turnovers might be the issue here tonight.
Yep, turnovers and big plays, especially in a game that could be close. One big play could swing it either way.
And the heat may be a little factor, but they've been playing in this and practicing in this, so the players should be kind of used to this weather, I think.
Yep, and it's been hot for a month and a half here, so I think that shouldn't be too much of a problem. They got plenty of water.
That's what you get here in late September, and hopefully, I think those thunderstorms are supposed to stay out of the way till later tonight. So that's what we have here for you tonight. It should be a good ball game. Valley, of course, beating Waukee Northwest 17-7, and then Southeast Polk downing Dowling in that season opener. We also know too those first games, sometimes they mean something, sometimes they won't mean a lot because you have the whole season now to go and correct and get better.
Yep, and teams are still trying to find their identity sometimes here, so anything could really happen early on.
Well, we're preparing down on the field here, getting ready for these two teams to meet up tonight, and we are getting ready to kick it off here in just 5 or 6 minutes, and let's take a look at some of the stats from this game. Take a look at Michael Provenzo, the senior for Valley, 13-19, 110 yards, 1 TD in that opening game. And for Darius Mason, 22 carries, 91 yards, 4.1 yards per carry for the Valley offense. Also, you look at the receiving, Aiden Price had 5 catches there. For Southeast Polk, Connor Moberly, 16-25, 13.6 yards, poor pass, 1 TD. Sama, 16 carries, 159 yards, 4 TDs, 9.9 yards a carry. That's not too bad. That's I'm no math whiz, but that's just about a first down on every carry, isn't it?
Yep, you're going to go far if you're getting 10 yards a carry.
Well, you see the sun's starting to go down. You see Southeast Polk there coming out of the locker room, and you know, sometimes it's been a while since we've seen a team other than Dowling try to repeat here for the title, and now we'll see here Southeast Polk is in that position, and we know Dowling did it. They got 6 in a row, so whatever it was, but for the other teams, no other teams have had much luck in repeating here. So this is something that Southeast Polk, I know they're working for to try to get back, and you know, they lost a lot of good players, but they also, it just shows the depth of their program that they can come right back and be right up there again.
Yep, and they do have the 4 returning starters, but everyone else has kind of been on the next man up, and they've learned from the system.
Yeah, that's in their offense, and then defensively some back too, as you hear a big crowd here and a little bit of I don't know if they're saying woo or boo out there, but the Valley crowd, but here comes Southeast Polk out, and then I think things will change just a little bit when the Tigers come out. And they just, Gary Swenson has just built this up for, you know, it's continually, every year it seems like they're a good team and are able to do well each and every year. And they'll be coming out of the locker room pretty soon as they're lined up there. And here they come. Is out to the Tiger in the middle as they get ready to go. And let's take a look here at our conditions as we get ready for the game. Well, let's do this first. You see them huddling up there. We'll take a break. We'll do that. We'll come back with more in the pregame here after this on CISN.TV.
Is yours?
1,500 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy,
Behind your everyday.
and we are.
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Back here, you see the teams out at the 50-yard line. Southeast Polk won the toss, elected to defer, and Valley will take the ball first here, Joe.
Yep, Valley going to come out on offense and look to get something started up quick against the high-powered Southeast Polk offense or defense.
And we'll see back deep to receive for Valley will be Chase Hutchinson is back there. And Aiden Price. Back deep to receive for the Tigers. As we get set to go here. Josh Wilson will kick it off for Southeast Polk. Not much of a breeze here tonight, a little bit. It's 91 at kickoff. Feels like 92. So a little warm. Here's the kick. Coming down, and it'll be in the end zone for a touchback, where Valley will take over. 1st and 10 at the 20. The Valley offense, Michael Provenza, the quarterback, Darius Mason, the running back. On the offensive line, Owen Westemeyer, Ramez Nava, Spencer George, Jacob Moeller, Braylon Jenkins across the front five there. As they come out, they'll send trips to the left. We'll give you the rest of the offense here as soon as we get going. Now they shift two receivers back over to the right side there. Bryce Anderson is one of them. And they hand it off right over the left side, Darius Mason.
Yep, not a whole lot going there on the first play of the game. The hole was open and closed pretty quick.
And for Valley, I think what they want to do is get a little ground game going, burn the clock down, and not give the ball back to that Southeast Polk high-powered offense.
Yep, and they get them to respecting the run, then the passing game opens up.
2nd down and 9 here. Provenza takes it, hands it off, up the gut. This time goes Mason again. And you'll get maybe 2 more. Brings up 3rd down and 7. So 3rd down and long here. The first test for this Valley offense and for the Southeast Polk defense. Sam Good, Obad Niankuru, Bryce Bolio, Draven Woods, Caleb Chubahar, one of the linebackers. We'll get the rest of them as we go on. Drops back, looks, throws out, has a man out there in the flat. Nice catch, turns it upfield. Is Aiden Price with the catch.
Yep, and a big catch on that one out there in the open. A big early first down for the Tigers.
Takes it from 23 up to the 38, so a 15-yard gain. So just a nice out there, down and out.
Yep, right out in the flat. He put the ball right where it needed to be, and he got the first down.
No one close to him here. This time they shift Price and Bryce Anderson over to the left to make it a trip set to the left. There's the snap, handoff, looking for room in there and tripped up. And he said he was down. Gabe Stiles, the weak side linebacker, hit him first.
Yep, and the Southeast Polk student section thought they had a fumble. Unfortunately, it was right at the referee's feet.
And so 2-yard gain for Valley. 5th play of the drive, 2nd and 8. Lone bobbled handoff there, but he hangs on to it and then drags a tackler up there. Mason's showing a little leg strength.
Yep, it was going to be almost an option play. Fumbled there by Provenza, just right into Mason's hands, and he was able to do something with it.
Watch it here. It comes up the snap, kind of fumbled the snap a little bit. And
we had
then we saw the back of our heads. But so then he picks up 6. So 3rd and 2. Here's Provenza. Takes it himself, follows right through the hole over the left side, and he's going to get it. That time just followed Mason right over the left side, and Provenza on the carry.
Yep, and he finished that run out nicely as well, falling forward to gain the extra yard.
And Provenza, let's see, rushing, let's see, there it is. He's going right up through there. Provenza had just 7 yards.
He did
Doesn't run a lot
though, in that first game.
But you can see he's mobile if he has to be, as you see him there. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. Flag down, blitz is on. Provenza runs out of it. He's going to run to the sideline, and we'll see here what happens with this. It may be the case where Southeast Polk decides, do you take the play or do you take the penalty, depending on how much, because they lost.
Yeah, and there was some.
They're going to lose about 7 or 8 yards, I think, depending on. Well, no, back to the. So they'll lose 8 yards. They may take the penalty if it's against Valley and move it back 2 more yards. Well, let's see what they do here. Illegal shift. Well, that's declined because that'd only be 5 yards, and they lost. They lost about 8.
Put them up to 2nd and 17.
Yeah, Provenza. So 2nd and 17 at the 43. Provenza drops back, looks, throws it right across to the tight end. Caught. He's brought down quickly, though, Bryce Anderson.
4 Rams in the field of play there. So a quick gain to knock off a couple of those yards.
Yep,
Still
got 4, but he wasn't able As you'll see here, he turns, he catches it, and then the defense closes pretty quick there. Gabe Stiles, the weak side linebacker, right in there on him. So 3rd and 13 here for Valley on their first drive. They had it 1st and 10 at the 50, but have gone backwards on that play now. Let's see if they can pick up the first down. Dropping back, looking, throws it out in the flat and just over the head of Smines. Incomplete. So that'll be up a 4th and 13. With 7:56 to go here in the first half. And we'll see Isaiah Pinks, the punter, come out. And, or excuse me, is that Hutchinson? Sama was one of them back deep. Sama takes it at the 20. Cuts outside. Sama gets a block up the right side. 30, 40, 50. Breaks another tackle down to about the 44-yard line.
Yep, he saw his opening and he was able to cut it to the outside quickly. And there's just a sneak peek of what
here it is. You see that speed and the power too. Look at him break the tackles through here. So Sama returns it 30. Well, they're going to mark it at the 45, so 35-yard return. Here comes Southeast Polk on offense for the first time. Connor Mobley is the quarterback. Hands it off to Sama. Sidesteps one tackler, jukes back inside and gets down to the 40, picks up 5.
So they go right back to him off the big return.
So Sama with the run.
Got a penalty on the play.
Now, flag down before they even got set up here. Let's see what this is. Well, Valley has the first penalty of the night.
Be their second penalty so far. First
well,
penalty on defense, right?
Yeah, they declined the first one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep. But that makes it now a 2nd and 1 for Southeast Polk. Moberly with Sam on the backfield. Drops back, throws out in the flat, has a man there, and ridden down is
Owen Wingle.
Owen Wignall, excuse me. Tackle by Pinks. Here's Moberly. Hands it off to Sama. He cuts it back outside. Still trying to get outside. And this time they wrangle him down there. They did not let him get away. Chase Hutchinson, a good job to tackle Sama there. And no gain. You see here, that's so you got to tackle him down low. He gets right down there, grabs a hold of that ankle and never let up. Here's Southeast Polk, 2 receivers left. Slot in the right, and there's Sama. They hand off to him. He cuts it right up through the middle. Still going, breaks tackles and pulls the tacklers down to the 12-yard line.
So that's 4 out of the first 5 plays or runs for Sama.
That gives him a first down.
In the red zone here already.
1st and 10 at the 13. Handoff. This time it's
clogged up in the middle. Still got about 3 yards, but
not a lot of room to go up the middle on that run.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 11 for Southeast Polk. They forced Valley to punt on their first series and now come out. Split out Wignall to the left and Zelenovich to the left, and then they're going to throw it across on the slant. Touchdown! Southeast Polk. Number 2, Carson Robbins with the catch. Here's the kick. It's up and good. 7-0 Southeast Polk. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy.
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Southeast Polk, 44 yards in 6 plays to score, and they take a 7-0 lead. And Chase Hutchinson and Aiden Price back deep to receive the kickoff from Southeast Polk. So not a big strike, Joe, just a meticulous hand it to Sama and then throwing a few passes there.
Yep, ground and pound, and then they got the quick slant touchdown there at the end. Took a little bit of chunk of time off the clock, but there's still plenty of time left here in the first quarter for Valley to answer.
So teed up, ready to boot it. This one's going to come into the end zone again for a touchback. So Valley will take over 1st and 10 at the 20 with 5:03 to go here in the first quarter. Michael Provenza will bring out the offense. You see that touchdown once again. They fake it to Sama and then just throw the slant right in. And that's tough for those backs not to be peeking in the backfield at Sama when he's been running it all the time, isn't it?
Yep, especially once he gets the ball 3-4 plays in a row.
So here's Provenza with it. In the shotgun. Snap, swings it out. Looking for room. Now sidesteps one tackler. Cuts it up. 30, 40, 50. Up to the 48-yard line. Big run by Aiden Price.
Yeah, excellent job breaking the 3 tackles to get the corner, and then Sama was playing safety to come up to get him.
And once he got that edge, then he turned on the Jets, but it's hard to outrun Sama, and he got him there. But
huge answer for the Tigers after the scoring drive from the Rams.
31-yard run by Price, and now it's 1st and 10 at the Southeast Polk 49. In motion, Anderson sets over on the left side there. Handoff up the middle, and he's met immediately there. Darius Mason. That is one thing with Mason and Price. They have two guys you can set them up in the backfield and work some different things off of that. That time they get 1 yard on it with Mason on the run. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47. That said, 2 receivers left. 1 right. Hand off right up the left side, looking for some room. Makes his way up to the 40, and good running there by Mason. He looked like he was going to have the first down and just got stopped short of it.
Yeah, he had a nice burst through the opening on the outside there. A nice little answering drive here from the Tigers.
See, here it is. Just he steps back, then takes it, and starting to get up ahead of steam, but was ripped down from behind there by Cole Rogers. 3rd down and 2 for the Tigers at the 41. And he'll keep it himself. Cuts it inside, and the lean is going to get it for Provenza. 6 foot, 170 pounder. He needed 2, he got 4. And we've seen him run a couple times already here tonight. And that also keeps the defense honest. And you have a quarterback who could just pull it down and run if everybody's not watching him.
Yeah, I think he's picked up 2 first downs. Yep.
Two receivers left, 1 right. Pitch back to Price. Price looking to turn the corner, gets by 1, and tight ropes the sideline to get a pretty good gain on first down.
Yep, not a lot of wrap-up tackling there that time, just reaching for his ankles.
So Price picks up 8, brings up 2nd and 4. There you see him, as you said, he just shucks that tackler and moves it right up. Valley's eating up 3 minutes almost on this drive here. Here's Provenza. Sends a man across the formation, fakes it to him, hands off to the second man through the middle, and they get another late push there. And Price will be just a yard short of the first down. And Valley wants a timeout.
Looks like we have an injury timeout for a downed Ram.
Okay, Southeast Polk player down on the field there. Well, let's take a quick break here. We'll do that and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car. So to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Back to action, Valley with it. Fake the handoff, threw out in the flat, and they've got Price out there. And they'll get the first down. They needed 1. And they get about 10.
Price has been big.
Yeah. They get him out in that flat, and he finds some room, and he runs hard. They're down to about the 18. So Valley driving here after giving up the score. Sends Mines over to the left along with Price. He's got Mason in the backfield with him. Shifts the tight end over to the left side. Provenza hands it off, looking to cut around up the hole, and then he gets hammered in the hole by Cole Rogers, does Darius Mason. Man, Rogers just got his pads down and shut that hole up.
Yep, and he got to get low to beat a big running back like that.
He did pick up 4, but it looked like he was on his way, as you see here. Rumbled around, cuts it up, and then boom, dropped the hammer on him. And now another player down, and I wonder if there's some cramping going on, Joe, with this heat. We talked about you playing it, but if you don't keep hydrated, you can get the cramps out there on that field because it's always warmer on the turf than the air temperature. And now they get Zeb Hins up, the 5'10", 180-pound junior linebacker, or cornerback, excuse me. And he'll come out. And 55 seconds to go. Valley took over at their own 20 with 5:03 to play here in this first quarter, and they've steadily driven it down the field, mixing in the run, the pass.
Yeah, and they've used quite a bit of time off the clock, too.
We talked about it on their first drive. That's what you want to do. Keep the ball in your offense's hand and keep it away from Southeast Polk. Here's Provenza. Shifts 2 guys, Price and Anderson out wide to the right to give him trips out there. Throws it out to Price. He's got blockers up ahead. Cuts it up to 10. Best sheds the blocker. Touchdown. What a run. Perfectly read that blocker, shut him off, and into the end zone.
Some great moves to cut off that last defender and get in the end zone and break the goal line. So I think we'll see.
18-yard pass. We'll get the extra point here. Supple. And the kick by Supple is up, and it's good. And we have a tie ball game here, 7-7 with 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. And boy, Joe, what an answer by Valley.
Yeah, big shift in momentum. It got the crowd back into the game after Southeast Polk had kind of quieted things down here in the first half of the first quarter.
And how about Michael Provenza? He just kind of back there. He ran what he needed to run. Here's the touchdown. He throws it out there to Price, and he had the 2 blockers out ahead of him and shed that tackler, and he was into the end zone there from 18 yards out. So, as I was saying, Provenza, he's just been cool back there, knowing when to pass, when to take it himself, and beautifully executed drive by him.
Yep, and he's been finding Price early and often.
To Southeast Polk. Carson Robbins is back there, and Drew Sama to receive the kick. And here's the kick. It's up high. Sama takes it at the 1. He'll bring it out to the 20. Cuts it back inside. There's a flag down as he gets up to the 30, so this will probably come back. So he took it up, and let's see, this is usually a block in the back or a holding.
Holding.
Okay, so that'll be from the 25. They'll move it back 15. As you see, Sama, he cuts in there, and I couldn't tell from that pile where the holding was. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 15 for Southeast Polk. Here with 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Connor Mobley comes out with Sama. They send Good in motion. Now pressure on Mobley. He runs out, throws on the run. Receiver comes back, catches it, spins out of the tackle up at the 45 to the 48. Robbins, what a catch and what a move after the catch.
Yeah, it was a blown up play, and Robbins just stayed aware, came back to the underthrow.
See it here. He's rolling under pressure. What a throw it was. He's running to his right, Joe. And right to Robbins, and Robbins picked up about 5 yards after the catch there. So a 27-yard play on first down, and that'll end the first half here. Wow, good one go on Valley and Southeast Polk. Tied 7 after 1. Back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
After the first quarter, a big play at the end of the first is Moberly runs out of pressure, throws it downfield to Robbins for a 27-yard pickup. And Southeast Polk will start with the ball at the 48-yard line. Joe Danielson here with you, as now they'll switch and they'll head back the other way into a little bit of a wind. Not a lot of wind out there tonight. Moberly, the quarterback, sends Falloon across. Now swings it out to Falloon. Falloon catches it in the flat. It is quickly tackled there.
Hutchinson for the Tigers on defense that time.
And Southeast Polk saying, hey, that's working to Aiden Price. Why don't we try that little pass out?
Yep, a lot of quick passing game early on here.
This time they put Falloon and Selinovich to the right, and then there's a jump by Valley. And contact made there. And that'll be a encroachment against Valley. Their second penalty here for 5 yards. So
you got to wonder, the Southeast Polk snap count must be throwing them off a little bit.
Makes it 2nd and 4 at the 46. Hand off to the up back there.
It's Gibson.
That's Gibson, yep. Harrison Gibson in for Sama. That offensive line, Caden Proctor, Gavin Douglas, Parker Strawn, Braden Harmon, Carson Campisi. They go 345, 260, 270, 250, and 300. The big tackles on the bookends for Southeast Polk. Here they come with two receivers right, one left for Moberly. And then a jump again. And looks like Valley again. That's the third encroachment here on Valley, and that drives coaches nuts.
Yeah, and that adds the whole new drive for Southeast Polk. Just pushes them forward.
Gives them the first down. It was 2nd and 4, a 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 10 at the 39. 10:54 to go here in the second quarter, just underway in the second quarter. Southeast Polk scored first, Valley answered. There's a handoff, the left side, not much doing for Gibson that time. And saw Caden Proctor go out for a play. John Vetter was in. Now John Vetter goes out, Proctor back in there. And Moberly with Gibson in the backfield. Three receivers right, one left. Throws it out quickly. Caught. Turning is Sam Good, the tight end.
6'3", 220-pound senior. It's a big target out there.
And I think both these teams, they're figuring out that if you get the ball out quick, Joe, quick hitting plays, you don't let that defense react, and that's what they're doing with this passing, keeping the defense off balance here. Here's Moberly. 3rd and 1 at the 30 of Valley for Southeast Polk. Tied 7-all. High snap, but he gets it off to Sama. And Sama hesitates and then pops through the hole, and he gets the first down after a little bit of a breather.
Yep, and Southeast Polk knocking on the door of the red zone once again here on the 22.
First and 10, as you said, at the 22 for Southeast Polk. Sama back in the backfield there with Moberly once again. He gets it, looking for room with the left side, sheds a tackle, breaks through one, runs into Big Proctor, and that was the only thing that stopped him that time, as Proctor was trying to push that block outside, and he kind of ran into the back of him there, but he still picks up a good chunk of yardage.
Yep, the third wave of Tigers finally took him down here, as you'll see.
Yep, sheds that first tackler, and then he ran right in. He kind of had his head down right into Proctor's. Proctor had it sealed outside, but sometimes when you bust through that hole, you don't quite see it. 2nd and 5 after the pickup of 5. Everybody looks to the left. They got Falloon wide to the left, two receivers to the right here. They flip the tight end over, then hand it off to Sama right up the middle. He wends his way through there and just
weaving in and out.
That looked like those ones where you run through the tires, didn't it? The way
Yeah.
he's picking his feet up right through as you run through the tires in that tire drill to keep your legs up, and he did it right there, and he gets the first down.
Southeast Polk kind of slowing it down for a shot to the end zone through the air maybe.
We'll see. 1st and 10 at the 12 here for Southeast Polk. Trips to the right. It's Wignall, Falloon, and Zelinovic out there to the right side. Sama, and he gets the handoff, takes it right up the middle. Gets a couple there. But I think you're right. They're going to probe that middle a little bit, see if Sama can break it. If not, maybe you might see a little
the short
fake to him
game.
and then a quick pass outside. as now they send Falloon wide to the left. Looks like they're going to line up Sama out to the left. They're going to empty the backfield. 3 right, 2 left. Mobley all alone in the backfield. He drops back. Rolling, looking under pressure. Ripped down on the sack by Tristan Irvin. Tristan Irvin comes through and gets the sack.
A timely big play.
Watch it here. And he just blew right through there and ripped him down. They lose 11. Sometimes you come through so quickly and you overrun the player, the quarterback can sidestep you, but Moberly didn't have any time to do that.
Nope, he was right on top of him.
Trips to the left this time. Dropping back, Moberly looking, throws it out in the flat to Sama. He cuts back inside. He'll get down close to the first down marker. Or no, that's the original line of scrimmage, excuse me. He'll pick up maybe 10 there and make it a little more manageable 3rd down.
That'll bring on the field goal unit. Put it at 4th down.
It's 4th down, excuse me. Yeah, it is 4th down. Let's see, what have they done as far as the kicking here? Don't see any field goal attempts so far this season. This one is down at the 24. Up and good. 34-yarder. So it's 10-7. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Southeast Polk gets just a field goal. Joe, big win for the Valley defense there because it looked like Southeast Polk was meticulously grinded down the field. That sack was big on that play because it sent him back.
Yep, huge sack on the 2nd down, led to that quick out on 3rd down. It held them to the field goal, which has been so far the Southeast Polk offense. Doesn't look like they attempted any in their first game, so that's their first one of the year.
And Josh Wilson hits the 34-yarder, so we know he's got some a little bit of distance there, and it'll be Malley deep to receive here. Chase Hutchinson, Aiden Price as Wilson. Set to kick it off for Southeast Polk. 10-7. Southeast Polk takes the lead back. Here's the kick. It's going to hang up. Be taken about the 7. Got a little room up to the 25 and then ripped down. Was that? Who was that on the carry? I thought it was Price, was it? Okay, that was, let's see. Where's my roster? Number 6. We'll find it here. Anyway, he gets the return up to the 25. with 5:31 to play here in the first half. Rolling, looking, escapes the sack. Now rolling upfield, tucks it under, and he'll come out of there with a 1-yard gain. What a very hard 1-yard gain. Draven Woods almost tackled him, but he did the duck under, Joe.
Yep, and really nice way to extend that play a little bit at least, and not take the sack in the backfield.
Watch it here as he comes through and just ducks under it, and still looking upfield, but really nowhere to go with it, and he gets knocked out for a pickup of 1. So 2nd down and 9. 26 for Valley. Provenza. Quick out there. Price, and he is handled right away. So after having success on a couple quick hitters there, nothing doing that time as they get it to him, and then the defense is right there immediately to take him down.
Gage Olson.
Gage with the tackle. So that brings up 3rd and 10 at the 25 for Valley. They're trying to answer the score of Southeast Polk. They fake it. Provenza now still looking upfield. Throws it long. Picked off at the 47. Picked off by Cole Rogers. Maybe a little ill-advised on the run to try to throw it that deep. Cole Rogers undercut the route and picked it off. Here you see it. Under pressure, rolling, and throws. And there's Rogers, just cuts across. You can see that ball hanging up there and intercepts it. And now it's 1st and 10 for Southeast Polk at the 50.
Yeah, just an ill-advised throw, especially on the run. You could easily throw that one out of bounds and live to play another day.
So 1st and 10 at the 50 with 4:32 to go here in the first half. Moberly. Now timeout called. Southeast Polk wants to talk it over here. They're up by 3. 4:32 to go in the first half. We'll take a break here on CISN.TV.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Back to action here. Southeast Polk after the interception. Hands off over the left side. With it goes Harrison Gibson. Picks up about 6 for Southeast Polk.
Tristan Irvin, the linebacker for the Tigers, on the stop.
Off the interception by Rogers for Southeast Polk. Now readjusting everybody, they're going to send Falloon across to the right side. Flip the running back over. 5 seconds on the play clock. They hand off up the middle and just bowling through there, picking up the first down is Gibson. Well, I think it's kind of smart, too. Give Sama a few breaks because he plays offense and defense. You know, let him get a little rest when you can.
Yeah, and you got a little bit bigger of a back in Gibson to punish him while he's out.
So 1st and 10 now at the 38. For Southeast Polk, they send Falloon in motion. And then they swing it out to him. Flag comes flying. I don't think everybody was set. They might have had 2 people moving there before they got the snap off. Let's see what they call it here. Yes. Check it out. Yep, that's what I thought. I think Falloon came over and the back wasn't set, so let's see here. He comes over. Maybe not. I don't know where it was. But either way, that's the first penalty on Southeast Polk. Really haven't had a lot except for those encroachments where Valley was jumping off a few times. So that makes it 1st and 15 at the 43. We'll send 3 receivers to the right, Moberly. And now looking back, he's got Sama back in there with him in the backfield. Hands off to Sama. Sama sheds 1 tackler, but that's just on lean effort. He's going to get a couple yards out of nothing there, but.
Yeah, number 44, Hunter Clark, found his way in there first to meet him in the backfield.
And then he got some help, but he's still got 2, but that's the thing. If you can stop him before he gets to that edge, turns the corner.
Yeah, and this is the
good shape
area of the field where Valley would like to get a stop.
2:24 to play in the first half. Here's the snap, looking back, throwing across out in the flat to Sama. Sama takes it, spins around, and gets it down to the 35. Joe, he's one of these backs, we've seen him. Wherever he gets hit, he's always moving forward. He always gets some kind of yardage out of it. You rarely see him take a loss.
Yeah, he's not the tallest player at 5'11", 185, but he's got a low center of gravity, and he's just able to always fall forward.
See him there. He spins right ahead and gets a couple more yards after he spins ahead. So brings up 3rd and 7 at the 35 of Valley for Southeast Polk. Dropping back, Moberly swings it over, looking for the screen. Oh, does it pick off? No, almost.
Almost a one-handed interception
Chase
there.
Hutchinson could not quite bring it in. Slid out there, and he just about, like you said, a one-hander. But either way, that play could have been pick 6 the other way. Let's see it here. Oh, yeah, he just got the hand on it, but instead they do force the punt. Now Hutchinson will go back to receive the punt. Single back there to receive the punt. Here it is. It's going to come deep and bounce into the end zone. So Valley will take over here.
A nice defensive stand there by the Tigers.
Once again, yeah. They after the turnover, they give up no points off the turnover.
They still have some time to drive the ball. Looking to get into field goal range here before the half.
1st and 10 to 20 with 1:31. They haven't shown super big explosive plays yet. They've been grinding it out, but who knows here?
Yeah, outside of the first quarter quick out to Price that he was able to break out. There hasn't been a whole lot of.
Let's see what they dial up here. Valley on offense now, trailing 7-10. Provenza drops back. Now he's going to take it on the draw, straight draw, looking for room, cuts it outside and gets out of bounds after a pickup of 2.
Yeah, he's looking to cut it up there. It just cleat got caught in the turf and he lost a little bit of his momentum.
Yeah, you're right. I think if he comes out of there clean, he might have got a few more yards on that. But after he stumbled, then he didn't know what to do and he cut it outside. But wisely, he ran out of bounds to kind of stop the clock there. Save him some time. 124 now. 2nd and 8 at the 22. Sends it back in behind him. Straight back. And they'll hand it off. He's looking to cut it outside. Can't quite turn the corner. Gets up to the 25 and is brought down.
Sam Good for the Rams on defense with the tackle.
Valley content to let the clock run a little bit here. Not going to use the timeout with 3rd and 5. If they don't pick it up, they don't want to, well, they probably will stop it.
I'm going to leave too much time on the clock for...
Yeah, so they're going to let this run down and take their timeout. Do that. So it'll be 3rd and 5 from the 25. We'll take a break, come back after this on CISN.TV.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
To action, handoff, and they're going to go up the left side and he didn't hand off. He kept it there, didn't he? Provenza kept it and gets the first down.
The clock's running.
And they're taking another timeout.
Maybe just setting up a deep shot here to get into field goal range or possibly the end zone.
Possibly, but the big thing is you don't want a mistake here, in their own territory to give the ball over to Southeast Polk right away.
The quarterbacks have had to get it out quick due to both teams' ferocious pass rush so far. We have seen some quarterback pressures.
And the one big sack on that last drive for Southeast Polk that killed the drive, and they ended up having to go for the field goal. And now they see him over there talking it over. Southeast Polk on their far sideline. They got the fans in the orange and the yellow highlighter shirts on the far side tonight.
Yep, and outside of that interception, Provenza's done a pretty good job back in the pocket with his decision making of where he's going to go.
Yeah. That one he tried to do a little too much, rolling out and trying to throw it deep on the run. So, Valley out, ready to go here. 24 seconds to play. They shift the tight end over. Hand it off. No, keeps it. Throws it across. Oh, and over just through the hands of Price. Faked everybody out. Rolled.
Yeah. And he would have had some real estate ahead of him, but just through his hands.
Could have picked up a few more, as you said there. So now brings up 2nd and 10. There's a good fake. Rolls out. And throw a little high, but Here we go, 2nd and 10 at the 32. Hand off up the middle. Oh. And he's going to be stopped short. And Valley going to use their last timeout. Oh, Southeast Polk is here. Well, they've got a couple. Maybe they're going to try to, or no, they're rolling the clock. Okay.
It looks like they're going to take it into halftime then.
Clear. It looks like they're going to let it wind down and not mess around anymore. So that is it. That is your halftime score. 10-7 and a good one here. Southeast Polk and the Valley Tigers at the half. A lot of talking to do in the halftime locker room. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk a little bit about the first half after this on CISN.TV.
Love a good win. However small or ordinary, losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go.
So can your car, so to get free pickup, drop-off, or delivery. Head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Welcome back to halftime here. Southeast Polk leading Valley 10-7. Dar Danielson, Joe Danielson. Just a good back and forth. Each of these teams, feeling each other out. Joe trying to make some adjustments. A couple big plays and sack by Valley that ended the Southeast Polk drive. Interception by Southeast Polk, but the Valley defense rose up and ended up no points out of that. So just a real good first half matchup here.
Yep, Sama has been contained pretty well outside of that opening kickoff by the Tigers defense, and Price for the Tigers on offense has really made a big impact so far in the first half, catching the ball.
Yeah, and he had that one big play, but then they've kind of zeroed in on him a little bit too now, haven't they?
Yeah, a lot of punches and counter punches so far, and that's why we're sitting at 10-7 Southeast Polk. A lot of field position games so far.
And you mentioned Sama. He's the one that caught Price. If he doesn't come over hard and stop Price, Price might have been in the end zone on that one too.
Yeah, and we see a handful of Rams that'll play both ways, offense and defense, making an impact on both sides.
Well, the scoring in the first half, in 5:03 to go in the first quarter, was 11-yard pass to Robbins from Moverly, and the PAT was good, and Southeast Polk went up 7-0. Then Valley came back with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. It was Provenza passed the Price from 18 yards out. PAT is good. And that's the way it was after the first quarter, 7-7. And with 5:37 to go, Josh Wilson hits a 34-yard field goal for Southeast Polk after Southeast Polk had it down there. A big 10-yard sack, 11-yard sack by Valley forced them into the fourth down, and they had to settle for a field goal. At that point, they'd kind of just driven right down the field zone, looked like, hey, they're going to punch this right back in.
Yep, and Tristan Irvin, number 41, the linebacker for the Tigers, came in and made that big play, got the crowd back into it, and Valley was able to hold them there. And they were able to keep the game within 3 points. With Southeast Polk's got a pretty high-powered offense. It's all Valley could ask for.
Well, a little steamy up here in the press box. I imagine on the field we've seen a few players maybe have some cramping issues down on the field. That'll be something I'll have to talk about and make some adjustments here at the half, too. At halftime, 10-7, Southeast Polk over Valley. We'll take a break and come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Here at the Valley, Southeast Polk up 10-7 at the half. Dart Angelson with you. You see the band out on the field. Over at Ankeny, the two Ankenys going at it 10-10 at the half. So that game also one of our games here tonight on CISN.TV. And Sama so far has had the heavy load here tonight for Southeast Polk. I haven't had time to tally it all up, but he's had a majority of the carries here and done pretty well. And then, yeah, the one big play, as we said, defensively to stop Price before Price was able to break that free for a touchdown. But Valley punted on their first possession. Southeast Polk drove it down and got the slant pass into the end zone and got the touchdown to take the lead. But then Valley came right back. Dialing up 24-3 over at Northwest at the half in that ball game there. So kind of seeing how things shake out here in this first week. I know Northwest last year, they started out with 3 losses and some tough games, but they were able to bounce back. Of course, they'd like to do better, but I know they're still improving, building over there, but we'll see if that changes. And as I said, Ankeny 10-10 at the half. So a bit impressed with both quarterbacks here. And Provenza for Valley, he's been able to run a few times for first downs for them, take it down. And Aiden Price has been one of the big guys offensively for them, catching it out of the backfield, running a little bit. And then, as we mentioned, Abu Sama for Southeast Polk, he was able to pick up several yards, and it was a fake to him before they hit that slant on the touchdown pass. So, you know, they give a steady diet to him, and then that play action to him has everybody looking in the backfield, and then they end up throwing the pass and getting the touchdown off that. So a lot to talk about for these two coaches here in the locker room, and they both got to be fairly pleased. Valley, maybe a few too many penalties. They had 3 times where the line jumped off, got encroachment, and then I think just 1 penalty here for Southeast Polk in that first half. 1 turnover was the interception by Provenza as he rolled out and threw the interception, but Southeast Polk was unable to convert that interception into points. So the defense rose up there and were able to shut off that Southeast Polk offense here. We're at halftime, 10-7, Southeast Polk over Valley. We'll take another break, come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
1,500 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Here at halftime, Southeast Polk and Valley. Southeast Polk with the field goal with 5:37 to go in the first half to take the lead back. They scored first with 5:03 remaining in the first quarter on a pass to Robbins from Moberly. 11-yard pass. That made it 7-0. Then Valley came right back, drove right down the field, and scored on an 18-yard pass to Aiden Price. Flipped it outside, and he shoved a defender, shoved him off, and was able to get it into the end zone. And it was 7-7. And then Southeast Polk looked like they were driving. Again, they got down, and down was around the 20, and then a big sack by Valley, and ended up had to go to 4th down, and they kicked the 34-yard field goal, Josh Wilson. And that's the way we stand right now, 10-7 here at the half. Dowling leading Northwest, and the two Ankety's tied at Ankety, and that's always one of those rivalry games where you Centennial lost their opener and Ankety won theirs, but that doesn't matter when it comes down to these two teams. You know, you say that, it's cliche, but it is with those two and the rivalry they built since they got started there. So that is one that's also going on. And For Valley, I think Coach Swenson's going to tell them, hey, cut down the penalties a little bit. They had a few times where they jumped off sides on defense, and that sends you a 1st and 10 to a 1st and 5, or a 2nd and 8 to a 2nd and 3, and that really hurts you defensively there. But so far the defense not playing too poorly. For Southeast Polk, they have played pretty well. They've saw maybe they haven't really got the passing game ratcheted up a whole lot here, and we may see a little more of that. They had the one down on the goal line, the slant, after the fake to Sama. Then they threw that pass and got it in there. But for them, we'll see what they do on the offense. They can open it up a little bit more here. And we've seen a couple times of these two teams on returns look like they're about to break something, and then they got a penalty and got it called back. So we'll see. They can clean that up a little bit too as we move along here. You see the kickers out warming up for Johnston over Urbandale, 24-7. Oh, they started that game early. I think they were worried about the weather. That's a little surprising, although that's one of those rivalries. But Urbandale started out with a big win over Bettendorf to open the season, but Johnston knocks them off 24-7. Dowling over Northwest 24-3 at the half. Yeah, that game got started at 5:30 over at Urbandale. So if you were so inclined, you probably could have watched that one, then come over and seen the second half one of these, or maybe you're just sitting home watching the second half here on CISN.TV for these two teams. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust and what they do here in the second half. Let's take another break. We'll do that. We'll come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
The Tigers down on the field warming up before we get started in the second half. Southeast Polk getting ready to come out of the locker room over there too, as we winded down the halftime here. You see Southeast Polk ready to come on out. They have the 3-point lead, and we'll see who made the adjustment. Southeast Polk deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half here. And now they'll come out and get lined up for their second half warm-ups. Had a huge praying mantis come up here and land on the window outside. It's making its way up the window here of the press box. Man, that thing, I saw one the other day outside the CISN offices on the door, but it was a little tiny one on the door, and then this one just flew up. But at first I thought, man, that's a huge moth going to fly in here, but it landed on the window. But anyway, it got a little bit of a breeze. It might feel a little better out in the stands tonight with the wind. We're getting some movement through here, but the press box we don't always get as much movement through as we're waiting here for the second half kickoff. Sent Joe down to get some extra water for us, and he'll be joining me here too for the second half of this. And for Abu Sama, really the guy that they give them the ball in heavy doses early, but they also, Harrison Gibson came in, and they had a few passes out there, not a lot in that first half. We'll see if they try to open that up more, or you just keep going to Sama, because with him, you never know when it might be one that he's going to break one off here. So the kick will go to Southeast Polk to start the second half. Yes, I said they deferred. Valley punted on their first drive, and Southeast Polk scored. Then Valley came right back, scored, and then kind of settled in a bit until Southeast Polk got that field goal. And let's see, there was what did I have? 2 penalties on Southeast Polk, I think, a motion and a holding on a kick return. 3 of them there for Valley, all encroachment, so not a lot of big yardage, but down to 85. That's dropped a little bit with the sun going down here, and just a little bit of a breeze coming across the field here from south to north. And clock is wound down to 0. They're getting their final warm-ups in before we get started here with the second half. On week 2 here, well, other teams played week 0, but week 2 here for these large school, the 5A class. And I'll tell you a little bit more too, that week 1, you never know. There's always some things in the week 1 games that coaches don't like, or mistakes maybe you made because it was the first week. And now they're lining up ready to go here to start the second half. And Valley will tee it up. Southeast Polk now coming out. And they'll send back Abu Sama and Carson Robbins back deep to receive the kick. The Valley kick to start the second half. And we're about ready for second half action. Here we go. Good high kick's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. I think all the kicks going that way, the kickoffs have been touchback. So touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20 for Southeast Polk. And Connor Mobley will bring him out after they huddle up on the far side. And comes out with Sama in the backfield with him. And right away stops, throws deep. There's a lot of grabbing going on over there. No flag. As Carson Robbins looked like they had a hold of his jersey there. They looked that way to you, Joe?
Yeah, there's a lot of
hand fighting back there, and I guess they said, okay, it's going both ways.
Well, that's kind of our first deep shot.
Yeah, I just mentioned that. I wondered if they would try to go to the pass a little bit here in the second half. Now Mobley, this time rolling, throws on the run, got his man out there. What a catch by Cooper Blutel. Cooper Blutel. So a 20-yard pass. So we see Mobley's got a little bit of an arm on the roll, doesn't he?
Yep, and they flipped the script here to start. Let's see if they go back to Sama.
1st and 10 at the 40. And they do. Flag down. There was motion, I think, beforehand. Sama spinning and moving. And he's going to get dropped for a yard loss, but I think it's going to be more of a loss than that because I think there was motion. We'll see what the call is here. Yeah, illegal formation. Well, they're going to decline that and take a yard loss where it would have been declined, so -1 yard for Sama. And off to Sama again, looking to cut it outside. Turns the corner, 50, 45, spins down to the 40, knocked out of bounds. At the 38.
Dangerous in the open field. Only needs a little sliver of space to get out there, and still took the third guy to bring him down.
It goes from the 39 all the way down to the 38. 22-yard run. Here it is. Spins outside, spins back in, and we come back to live action. Sama up the middle and moves the pile up ahead. Or no, was that was Gibson. Gibson in there for Sama. Picks up 6. Hand off to Gibson again. He pushes ahead, gets a couple.
Hunter Clark was in the backfield there to drag him down. The senior linebacker.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 2 at the Valley 31 for Southeast Polk. Opening drive to start the second half. Sama back in there behind Moberly. He gets it. No, he doesn't. They fling it out to the back out of the backfield to Sam Good, the tight end, playing that slot back. And they go from the 31 down to the 22. So pickup of 9 on the pass.
Yeah, a nice little misdirection in the backfield there.
Yeah, almost too much. They kind of bumped into each other, but there's Moberly. Sends 3 receivers to the right this time with Sama on his left hip. Now moves to his right hip and takes it across to the left, cuts it up, breaks through the tackle, touchdown!
Yep, and like we said earlier, you really got to wrap him up or he's going to be gone.
You do not arm tackle him. You don't give him a second chance to get through there. As you see the replay here, there's one tackle, two tackles through, three tackles, and he's into the end zone for the 22-yard touchdown. He had 4 last week. That's his first here tonight, but he's been the decoy. Here's the kick. It's up and good.
That'll extend the Rams' lead out to 10 points here. A little bit of space.
Yeah, and just a good opening drive. They took it 80 yards there, and 2:32 was the time of that drive. 80 yards, 2:32. So, and Joe, they came out. I mentioned this while you were down waiting to get water. Thank you, by the way. Here's that touchdown again. Left side slips right through. He doesn't need much of a gap at all with his body strength to get through there. But I was talking about, will they go to the pass a little more? And they came out right away, passing a little bit through Valley off balance. And you have those linemen, sneak it in the middle, trying to stop Sama. And here they turn it around and come right back out.
And then he finishes off the drive with a nice touchdown.
Right. They get him to the outside. Man, you just think he's not going to get to the corner, but he is so quick getting around that corner and squared up.
Yep, he only needs a little bit of space.
So Wilson will kick it off back to the Tigers. Price is back there. And Hutchinson also back there. This one is going to go into the end zone. Hutchinson caught it but carried it into the end zone, and once you get it into the end zone, that's it in high school. So big drive here, Joe, for Valley. You're down 10. You certainly want to get some kind of points out of this drive. You don't want to fall any farther behind.
Yep, and they were able to respond in the first half, so we'll see what the hell they come out here in the second.
And they were passing it quite a bit here in that first half. Let's see what they do. Provenza comes out with Darius Mason in the backfield with him. 2 receivers right. Now they're going to flip-flop everything over here. Send Price to the left in the slot there. And hand off right side. Oh, fumble! And Southeast Polk recovers it. Looks like number 26, Carter Pesic. Fumble by Mason. And a big turnover there for the Tigers. Let's see it. And here in their fight for more yards, and it was poked away by Obald Nyankaru. And recovered by Pesic. So the second Valley turnover gives Southeast Polk the ball 1st and 10 at the 26 with 9:32 to go. Moberly back out. Gives to Sama. Sama cuts left. Tries to cut it back inside. Does. Slips through the gap. And hustles down to the 19.
And he can just find space when there just seemingly isn't any at all.
And he's got that quick plant the foot, move, switch direction too, doesn't he?
Yep, and Valley on their heels here as Southeast Polk into the red zone.
So 2nd down and 3 at the 19. Moberly. Sama now cuts it outside this time, dances around, and he's hit. And I saw a flag come in there early on, right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see if that's an offensive penalty or defensive here. If it's offensive, that would hurt the drive. They're talking to Valley, so it's got to be against Southeast Polk.
Looks like they're walking them back.
Holding, yep. So that's a big one. So that moves it back. Let's see. They said 81, and I think he pushed the end down there early. So that makes it 2nd and 13 at the 29 for Southeast Polk. Quick out in the flat, caught.
A fumble again.
And then he fumbled it. And is it Valley's? They do. Valley has it. They're saying, now wait a minute. The other official's coming in. The far side official over here pointed to Valley. Now they're talking it over, and so now they discuss it and they agree. And so a fumble by Southeast Polk here gives Valley the ball right about the, where are they going to mark that? The 21 or 20? See, there it is. And 95 in on the recovery there. Ryan Kennan. And so we got an exchange of fumbles here. And Valley's right back where it was at about the 20 when they took the touchback to start.
Yep, they'll get another chance here.
Yeah.
Down 10 again.
Forget all that happened in that last possession. We're going to start over here. So here we go again with Valley. First and 10 at the 21. Swings it out, hits the tight end. He cuts it up. Bowls ahead. Seeing that makes you wonder, Eli Reardon going to play for Notre Dame this year. We'll see if I don't know if he'll get on the field over there or not, but tight end here. All everything, played basketball too. And there's a good pickup there for Bryce Anderson. Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 at the 27. Fakes the handoff. Ravenza had a man across the middle. Did get him. Now he's deep, but I think he's too deep. Now he throws it late. Across. Oh, just overthrew the receiver out there. He waited and waited and waited for Chase Hutchinson.
And it looks like there's a flag down in the backfield as well.
So that might have come back anyway. He had Hutchinson early, but he wasn't set to throw it, so he kept rolling. And then he tried to heave it and overthrew, but this is all for naught, I think. Ineligible. Yep. Well, we talked about in that first half, not a lot of mistakes, but here things have kind of gotten a little sloppy to start the second half.
Yep, this third quarter has slowed down quite a bit.
So that brings it back, makes it 2nd and 9 at the 22 for Valley. They're trying to capitalize on the turnover. Straight back, screen pass, caught, cuts it into the middle, but a very good read there by Graven Woods for Southeast Polk. He played that perfectly, taking down the runner in the backfield.
Yep. He caught that. I mean, tackled him not too far from where it was thrown.
Well, I think he kind of saw that lineman and let him go by, and then he came back around. The big play there. So that brings up 3rd and 16 for Valley at the 15. So things have gone backwards here. They need a big play. Keep this drive going. Pressure, they throw it out wide. Caught. up the sideline. He's going to pick up some of the penalty yardage or the lost yardage, but he'll be driven out of bounds over there.
Just had to come back too far to catch that pass.
Price.
Bring on the punt team for the Tigers.
And so now Southeast Polk could get the ball back in decent field position here as they send now there's a penalty down before they even get the kickoff. False start on the offense. Well, I know I talked with Coach Swenson in the pregame, and he was not happy with the mistakes they made. And this he's not going to be happy with here as they get another penalty.
Especially pushing you deeper into your own territory and giving your punter less room to get the kickoff.
Sama and Robbins back deep to receive the punt. Oh, it's a good punt. Drives Robbins back to the 37. He'll come up and be tackled at the 45. So an 8-yard return. That punt. "40-yard punt there by Valley. And now here comes Southeast Polk. They'll come out of the huddle with the ball back here again, and game that's been kind of played from the 45 over here a little bit in the last few minutes.
Yeah, both teams kind of struggling to finish drives, and
a couple turnovers, couple fumbles. Here's Moberly. Gives it to Sama. No, it's a pass out to Wignall, as faked it to Sama and threw it to Wignall, so they're go to the pass here again.
A nice play fake in the backfield.
Quick up the seam to Wignall. Yeah, he fooled me. Of course, that's not an hard thing to do, but so Wignall gets the big pickup, and it's 1st and 10 at the 34. This time Sama gets it, stop and go, cuts back inside, driving ahead, and he'll be stopped at the 34, just shy of the first down. Now the Valley defense has already been out there quite a bit here in the third quarter, Joe.
Yep, a lot of time on the clock for them, as the offense couldn't really get a drive going either.
Let's see what Southeast Polk does here. Handoff again. Sama right up the gut inside the 20. Now they're going to say his knee was down at the 20. And now they go back to grind it a little bit. You see here, following those big, man, that was a pretty good sized hole there over the right side. You got Caden Proctor, Gavin Douglas, Parker Strawn, Braden Harmon, Carson Campese blowing holes in there for Sama. He gets it to him again. He likes taking it to the left, doesn't he?
Yep, and he was patient that time, waiting for the hole to open up. Gain a couple yards off that one. Valley's defense looking for another big stop.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to hope if they score, you hold them to at least 3 here. Because another score could really put you in a big hole. You slide the slot over. Hand off to Sama. He cuts it up. First down, still driving, still pushing, dives. Did he get it? No, ball's loose. In the end zone. Turnover, touchback for Valley.
Valley coming up with their stop they needed. Coming up with that stop they needed down there. Almost at the very end. I think they'll look at this one as Sama's.
He was driving for that last stretch over the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like he may be cramping up down there.
Let's see here. Here he comes. Cuts through, keeps it alive, still pushing, gets through the tacklers, reaching, and he lost it there before he got over on the end line. Of course, if this was college, we spend the next 15 minutes looking at it, trying to determine did he cross the goal line before he fumbled it, or did,
It looked awfully close. But
yeah. So the second fumble here by Southeast Polk. Valley had one, then Southeast Polk, and now right back. Here again we see, slow it down just a little bit. Justin has slowed it down. Now, I don't think he was there. He was, the thing about, he's pulling two guys toward the end zone diving, Joe, man.
Yeah, and after he'd already broken through 2 or 3 before that.
The strength of his lower body there. So 2 fumbles now by Southeast Polk, and here's Valley again. Once again back at the 20-yard line. With 3:56 to go in the third quarter. Handoff, looking to cut up the hole, and spins through there. Mason Vanderbrink finally gets the tackle. That's a good first down play, picking up 5 yards.
Yep, and getting the ball moving forward. As you said, the last 3 drives have all started right in this area.
Yeah, and they've plus they've started behind the chains, either with a penalty or a sack. Well, Mason behind Provenza. They flip the tight end over. Anderson. Hand off and hit. Fumbles, but gets his own fumble back.
Maybe it's just that area of the field down there that's causing the.
Well, that one was a pop, though. He got hit hard. I think that is some of it too. There's a little hitting going on down there with those big guys. We'll see it here again. See, he gets hit, boom, right on the ball there by Caleb Chevahar.
They'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers again here, and they're deep in their own territory.
At the 24, trips right, 1 left. Provenza pitches back, trying to turn the corner, gets up close. He's going to be short, though. The first down is Price by about a yard. Just short. And with the punter they have, Supple, you want to kick it deep.
Yep, it's going to be looking for a 3 and out and give the offense another shot, pin them down deep, try to get the ball off of the Tigers' side of the field.
Little confusion there. And Southeast Polk sent somebody back late. And Southeast Polk now calls a timeout. 1:56 to play in the third quarter. They're up 17-7 here against Valley on CISN.TV.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Here's the punt from Valley, goes deep, and they just down it back there at the 36. "35-yard punt, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the 36 for Southeast Polk. Other scores: Ankeny's taking the lead now against Centennial in the Battle of the Ankeny, 17-10. Dowling on top of Waukee Northwest, 24-3 in the third. Johnston beat Urbandale 24-7. They started that game a little early tonight. Oh, there's a locust. Joe, there was a praying mantis on the window earlier. Here's Connor Moberly. He hands off and just plowing ahead. Picking up some yardage is Harrison Gibson. There was a praying mantis that landed here about 10 inches long. There's the replay you see.
Open windows up in the booth.
Yeah, we got a locust came in. Yeah, locust hasn't made any noise. That's all right. Okay, back to the field. Moberly fakes it, throws it out wide. Almost broke the tackle. Did Zelinovich. But gets the first down nonetheless.
Gage Olson out there, the sophomore, wrapping him up. Excuse me.
And that's good if he didn't.
Cole Sonnenberg, actually, 33.
See there, he just about broke that through. And yeah, Cole Sonnenberg. Mason Ray helped him wrap it up. So now 1st and 10 at the 47. Handoff, breaks in the middle, nowhere to go, busted outside. And Harrison Gibson. Well, he's been watching Sama, hasn't he?
Yeah, nice strong run. He lowered his shoulder at the end of it.
Stuck his nose in there, nowhere to go up the middle, so just bounced it outside and went around the edge. Here you see it again. Right up in there, nothing doing, so, but all the linemen kind of got caught up trying to plug up the middle. Brings up a 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard pickup. They're calling for a jump on Valley, but no flag. And now they
call a timeout.
Timeout. Oh, the clock ran down. That's the end of the quarter. So the end of the third quarter, 17-7 Southeast Polk. Will have the ball in Valley territory when we come back with the fourth quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
They score here, and this might be over.
I think
here we go. Back to action. And here's Moberly. Hands it off. Right up through, down across the
met by a gang of Valley Tiger tacklers.
Is Gibson. So they came out throwing early, and now that they've got the lead here, taking it back to the ground, burn a little more clock off.
Looking for another long scoring drive.
Or with these backs, you never know, too. They could bust out of there. They've shown that ability.
Sama out right now. It's Gibson.
Gibson, the 5'10 senior in there. He's done a good job in relief. Now he gets it there, right up the middle, driving through. Keeps the pile moving. And finally they stop it, but not before he gets about 7. They got those new lights where they can flick them off and on here. It used to be lights went out in the stadium, you had to wait, until they went all the way down and came back. But they got them here. They got them out at Northwest where you can sync them up to the music. Now here's Moberly. Looks to the sideline. I'm not sure if he knows what play they want to run. He puts his hands up. Play clock at 5. Hands off. Ooh, stumbles as he gets through there, Gibson, but he may have enough for the. No, they're going to mark him just shy. You need to get to the 29. They're going to mark him at the 30 and bring up 3rd and 1.
It's a lot of checking at the line of scrimmage to do a draw handoff up the middle.
Yeah, they took a long time, didn't they? Looking over there, and I don't think Moberly knew what the play was at first because he held his hands out, and then finally he may have just said, I'm going to come over here and hand it off.
And they run the same thing again.
Yeah, let's just run that again. Now the official's talking there. To stop the clock. So a personal foul called on Southeast Polk. So Coach Zelenovich won't be happy about that one. You're close to go from a 3rd and 1 to a 3rd and 14, almost 15 here. Well, that was on Caden Proctor, unsportsmanlike conduct. So, don't know what happened there, but a little extracurricular, and it costs them 15. They set up with 3 left, 1 right. Dropping back Moberly. Rolling now. Throws it deep. Flag down. And he almost made the catch anyway. There was almost a horse collar. Zelenovich over there. But it's going to be probably holding on the play. As the number of penalties is really ramped up here in the second half, too.
Moberly didn't even have to really throw that ball. He had about 25 yards of space out in front of him.
He could have ran and got the first down or more, but you're right. As he rolled out, everybody was on the left side of the field, and he had wide open green over there, but decided to chuck it anyway, and then he ends up drawing the penalty, so. Okay, so pass interference on Valley. So now we go back to, let's see the replay here. Right, there you go. See, he rolls out. Well, there was a guy coming over, but they throw it, and then you get the interference on Andrew Price. So now you're back to a 3rd and 1 again, and you got Sama back in there, and now Moberly, he's just going to sneak it. That's the first time he's run tonight, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, and just a quarterback sneak that turns into a 4-yard gain.
And a first down for Southeast Polk. See it again here. He just keeps going, and I guess if you got 345, 260, 270, 250, and 300 up there, especially at 300 on the outside edge there, you just follow him over. And 1st and 10 at the 24 for Southeast Polk. Sama moves over to the right side, then gets the handoff, cuts it right, looking to go outside, turn the corner, breaks one tackle, but then is bulldozed out of bounds, finally over there by Andrew Price. That's almost, you got to do that single leg takedown wrestling move to get him down, and that worked that time.
Got to grab and wrap up and hold on.
1st and 10 at the 13, though. He gets the first down either way. And now a Valley player down. And again, might be some cramping there. Well, this Valley defense, if they can bow their back and kind of hold them out like they have a couple times here, Joe, in the third quarter, they still got a chance in this game. But you give another touchdown, and then things aren't looking quite.
Yeah, you don't want to go down 3 possessions, especially with time running out in the fourth quarter. But they were able to force a turnover last drive for Southeast Polk.
So talking defensively there in the huddle. And the Valley player coming off over there. That is Isaiah Pinks up under his own power, walking off. That's good to see. Now Southeast Polk. They're trying to punch it in here and maybe put the game out of reach with 9:33 to go in the ball game. They send 2 receivers left. And off to Sama. Sama cuts it right. Back outside. Touchdown. He's in. Touchdown. Waiting for the signal, but he got in.
Second score of this second half, second of the game for Sama on the ground.
Let's see it here. He just cut out, read that block, got outside, and then kind of waiting over there for the signal. And then they finally did signal the touchdown. Kick is up. The kick is good. And it's 24-7 Southeast Polk here with 9:25 to play in the ball game. We'll take a break. Be back after this on CISN.TV.
1,500 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Here at Valley High School, Southeast Polk Sama scores his second touchdown. His last one was 9:38 to go in the third. This one 9:25 to go in the fourth. And that makes it 24-7 here. And the home team Tigers need to mount a drive. Here's the kickoff. and that's going to go into the end zone. So Michael Provenza will bring him out. Darius Mason. We'll see if they try to throw it around a little more.
Open up the offense a little bit since they're.
And Provenza has enough mobility. It seems like he can move that pocket and roll a little bit, Joe, and find some room to throw.
Yep, he's been able to so far. When he's been under pressure, if they could maybe move him out with keeping the pressure off him, give him a chance to operate.
So here he comes. Darius Mason will be behind him there. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Tight end flips over from left to right. And he rolls around, fakes it. He was looking to go deep, throws it short to Price.
And that was a great throw on the run, found his man open. It's just, again, they got rolled out, and that Southeast Polk defense was kind of bearing down on him.
Here you see it. He rolls out, throws it nice, as you say, right on the run. Picks up the first down. Picks up a good chunk of yardage there too. Drops straight back, throws out quickly to the tight end. He's bowling his way up. Bryce Anderson. And eight-yard pickup, so Valley's picking up some chunks here and there. This time they've come up with a couple receivers on each side. The tight end there kind of in that H-back. They send Price in motion, give it to him. He cuts it up for the first down and gets it out of bounds. That's real efficient. You get the first down, stop the clock.
That maybe look to get a shot early in here while you still got some time on the clock.
Yeah, you kind of dink and dunk and then maybe go deep if you can. Well, he was looking for that on the play where he hit Price. He had a guy going deep, but he was pretty covered, and he wisely threw it underneath then. There's a handoff. Looking for room is Mason. Mason drops through and gets upended just shy of the 40 at the 39. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2. So moving along pretty quickly here. You just see him come right on through here. Just as he gets up there and boom, he gets submarined by Cole Rogers. Valley up again, trips left, 1 right. Provenza, look to pitch, now keeps it. Got a man wide open, down the sideline. Got him, did he catch him? He did! Craycraft makes the catch. He was so wide open, but Provenza had to get around the defender there. And there's a chuck way downfield.
I mean, got behind the defense.
See here, he had a little trouble. He rolled out, and then, yeah, he's wide open. Nobody around him. But because of the pressure, if Provenza could have went through it straight and he could have kept running, you got a touchdown. But instead, 1st and 10 at the 14. Runs it up. Diving ahead is Mason.
The Valley,
Tigers are not dead yet.
Little momentum building here.
And really, they're being pretty efficient on the clock with this drive, too. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. Two wide, 1 right here. Pitch. Price trying to turn the corner, get to the end zone, dives, he'll be pushed out of bounds. Which isn't such a bad thing as he stops the clock. He wasn't going to get in anyway. you put your head down and dive in and try to get in, you get stopped short, then the clock keeps running.
Yep, and they need all the time they can get.
But they get a first and goal at the 2, as you see it here. He's burning around the edge and then just gets a takedown. That's Sama, and a beautiful form tackle there. First and goal at the 2-yard line. Valley trying to get back on the scoreboard. Hand off, and upended is Mason. As Mason gets taken down, and let's see here on the replay. Carter Pesic took him down. And that keeps the clock rolling, and he lost 2 yards. Second and goal at the 4. Mason back there. They send Price in motion. Fumbled snap, and now he's got to go back on it. And that's a big loss. Loss of about 9 yards, 8 yards. Well, they'll say 9 with the. Now we'll say 7 as it goes back to the 11. So
the clock's still running all this time.
Right, and things were going good there for a while, but now you got 3rd and 16. And you think they probably will go for it on 4th down here because you got to score.
Yep, 2 downs. They can get a quick out even and get out of bounds as long as they get out of bounds.
Here we go, dropping back, fakes the handoff, throws it out wide to Price. He can't handle it. Well, let's see if they do. Will they? If you kick it, you gotta score 3 times anyway. So maybe. Well, I think they're gonna roll the dice here and go for it on 4th down. Now you got to go to the end zone because it was first and goal after then the fumbled snap. Nope, now they're going to bring the kick team in. Supple will try the field goal to cut it to a 14-point game. Well, Supple's going to hold, I should say. Back at the 24, the kick is up. No good. Wide left.
No good, he missed it after all of that to come out and miss the field goal to not come away with any points.
Yeah,
so you got to be
bad.
disheartening.
Valley had such a good drive going there, and then the snap that was fumbled and got through, and then Provenza had the fall on it, so that just kind of killed the drive there, and then they missed the field goal. And
now the problem is you need a quick stop, but when Southeast Polk's offense is mainly on the ground, it's even harder to do so.
Yeah, they can just hand it off right, left, and kind of grind this out. 5:22 to go. Southeast Polk takes over at the 20-yard line. And Connor Mobley brings them out. And is it Gibson in the backfield? Yeah. And Gibson, he stops and goes, and he's that good second back, kind of pounds it in there, and
a good change of pace with Sama. He's a little bit bigger of a bruiser, but still does have some speed.
Gives Sama a little bit of a rest, and he just hangs on to it. And now here's where Valley's going to have to try to poke one out of there like they did in the third quarter. Got a turnover on it. Now below 5 minutes is Moberly just going to come up and let that play clock run down as far as he can. They'll snap it with 5 seconds on the play clock. Hands off again. Bruising. Drive ahead by Gibson.
It'll be a first down.
First down, yeah, we'll stop the clock momentarily to reset the yard markers, and then they'll roll that clock again. You see here, Gibson just lowers the shoulder right into the defender there. Man. Well, we've seen it. The good Valley teams, the good Dowling teams, the South. You got to be bruising in this league. Ankeny, you got to be able to grind it out.
Yeah, especially with the size up on that front four for the Rams. It's going to be pretty hard to compete with those big boys, especially with Sama running behind him.
And with him, you need a half-inch hole, and he's through it.
Yep. So one quick block, and he's gone.
Yeah, one quick opening, and he sees the daylight, and he's through, and then he makes that cut to the outside, and boom. We talked a lot about him, but, man, it's hard not to when you see what he does when he touches the ball. It's just every time you wonder. He's getting a little rest.
High snap.
Gibson right in there, and he just keeps bowling ahead. Another first down, looks like. And this is just frustrating. The Valley offense over here on the sidelines, they're talking about some things, but the thing is, they got to hope and pray the defense can get the ball back. And the way it's going right now, if they do, there may not be a lot of time. Seen some good things, though, out of Valley. Joe, offensively and defensively tonight.
Yeah, just couldn't quite put it all together, especially against an elite defense like Southeast Polk. They had some flashes, but just couldn't sustain together a consistent drive other than their scoring drive.
And off again. Right up in there. Bowling through there, trying to rip the ball away, Valley is, but Gibson has both hands right on it. And clock now rolling down to 2.5 to play. Southeast Polk taking their time here. There's a snap, hand off to Gibson. He wends his way through again. And this time I think he'll be a little shy of the first down. As that's not my sheet I wanted. I've got my schedule in here somewhere. I thought I did schedule the upcoming game. I guess I don't have it here. But this is just
standing around watching the clock roll down.
Watching the clock go down. And give Valley credit, that last drive, they had it down there and then just one miscue and things kind of went south there.
Things escalated and then Southeast Polk will take the knee. Or they'll take a timeout.
Yeah, the timeout. The play clock was running down, so they took a timeout. And that was let me see, what do we got here? Here we go, next week. Valley's here against Urbandale. I don't have Southeast Polk. We'll do that. We'll have that game, Valley, Urbandale. Dowling's at Ankeny, Centennial's at Waukee. I'll have to check on the Southeast Polk schedule and see where they're at, but they're going to go to 2-0 here. And a good start to defend the championship. Now it's you got to play those 9 games. We've seen teams come back and go through all the way and then get knocked out in the playoffs. But right now they're looking pretty solid on both sides of the ball, Joe.
Yeah, and 2 top 5 wins to start the year. What was Dowling rated when they played week 1?
They were up there. I don't know off the top of my head.
Top
now,
10 at the very least. But
yeah, they were up.
That's all you can ask for with a tough couple opening games is to come out, and they've really dominated here tonight.
Yep, handed off up the middle again to Gibson. And it's going to take just a couple more snaps, and this one will be in the books. Brings up a 2nd and 5. They will have to snap it about one more time here. And Valley's got 3 timeouts, but they're not going to use them. They're going to go in the victory formation and snap it. Moberly. And he'll take the knee. And they'll get it set, and they won't have to snap it again. Southeast Polk's going to go to 2-0 on the season with the 24-7 win here over Valley. And you see the jubilation there, but they'll line up, shake hands, and Southeast Polk will stay right up there, top of the rankings. Valley, not a terrible game, but a few things to work on. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up after this on CISN.TV.
Businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
The Tigers huddling out there on the field. They fall tonight 24-7 to Southeast Polk. The Joe Danielson with you. The scoring, Southeast Polk 5:03 to go in the first quarter. They had run Sama down the field, handed it off to him. They faked to him and then threw a pass in the slant to Robbins from 11 yards out. Kick was good, and it was 7-0. Valley comes back with 30 seconds to go. They hit Aiden Price out in the flat. He broke a tackle and took it in from 18 yards out, and we were tied 7-7. Then into the second quarter, 5:37 to play. Josh Wilson kicked a 34-yard field goal, and it was 10-7 at the half. Then Samba took over. Two second half runs for him. The first came with 9:38 to go in the third quarter, 22-yarder, and it was 17-7. The last one came in the fourth quarter, 9:25 to go from 13 yards out. Samba runs it in, and that gives him, 6 touchdowns in 2 games so far.
Pretty good start.
Just an outstanding talent, but he's got some guys around him. He's got a big offensive line, Joe. So it's not just a one-man show here for the Rams.
Yeah, and they really played a complete game offensively and defensively. They dictated the tempo, and they ran. They did their running plays how they wanted, and they were really able to take control of this one in the second half.
And for Valley, they were right in it. That last drive was kind of an all or nothing. They got down there to first and goal at the 2, and then a couple mishaps and the fumble snap, and then they turned it over and never got it back. But there's some things here for them to work on and coach to work on, coaches to get straightened around here. But, a lot of good things to take out of it tonight, too.
Yeah, and they could take those into Urbandale next week here, back again.
And Urbandale lost tonight to Johnston in that rivalry, 24-7. Ankeny was leading Centennial 17-10, and that battle of 2 Ankenys dialing all over Northwest, 49-19 at Waukee Northwest tonight. So Southeast Polk goes to 2-0. Valley drops to 1-1. Nice doing the game with you, Joe. Good to see you again here. And thanks to Justin and all the crew tonight on the cameras here for CISN.TV. Join us next week. We'll be here at Valley once again. Urbandale here at Valley. And then check the CISN Twitter feed, the website, all the social media to see the other games we have coming up for you next week. That's going to wrap it up from Valley here on CISN.TV.